Hey there guys, I've been playing Tekken for a while now, and after playing Tekken 7 and playing Tekken 8, I've realized a huge problem. Tekken 7 for a long time was pretty stable when it came to its gameplay and combat, but as of late, I've noticed a huge shift, especially after the Final Fantasy characters got added to the games. Even with Tekken 7, this is basically where the whole pay to win narrative started, because most of the DLC characters have very unfair advantages that the base characters don't have. I am not opposed to guest characters in Tekken, because I even owned Tekken X Street Fighter, which is a game that was in Street Fighter's format. But I would love to see a Tekken X Street Fighter that is made in Tekken format, like they did with the guest character Akuma from Street Fighter. And that is where I would say guest characters are cool. But as soon as they added Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, that is where everything changed. He is a very cool character, but he has so many unfair advantages. He's fast, can teleport, and he does an insane amount of damage. He has an unreal level of range, of where some of his moves take up half the screen. He has next to no weaknesses. Then we fast forward to Tekken 8, of where pretty much everyone is Noctis now. There is more of an emphasis on the use of magic and weapons, with Tekken 8 almost looking like a 3D Mortal Kombat, and I hate it, because now everyone is on steroids and it makes the game so much harder than it needs to be, which I hate, because I am not a sweaty person on Tekken, but I have learned that almost nobody fights in a respectful manner anymore. You have to fight at 100% all the time, and with all the aids like Rage Drive and Rage Art, the game has been ruined because people abuse the system, and if you don't abuse it too, you will lose a lot of fights. The biggest issue I have is that the game functioned like Mortal Kombat from the beginning. Tekken 8 is such a mess, and now you won't believe what they've done. They have done a Noctis Part 2, which has the exact same problems as the Noctis in Tekken 7, of having all the unfair advantages and making it a nightmare to fight against. So they brought Clive from Final Fantasy 16, and he is way worse than Noctis. He pretty much has the same powers as Noctis, but he is 10 to 100 times more powerful than Noctis, with his moves ranging from basic sword attacks to full-blown unblockable and unavoidable magic attacks. And the amount of homing moves in Tekken 8 is crazy. The amount of times I get hit when I sidestep out of the way, or I will get hit during a sidestep, is crazy. The whole game plays this way now, of where everyone has this very bad overemphasis on aggression, and it has ruined the game. A good example of the Final Fantasy effect is the character called Victor, who is pretty much exactly like Noctis in terms of style, movement and combat. He's almost a mirror image of Noctis, and I haven't seen anyone call this out. So this is why I'm making this video, is because after months and months of struggling and also taking notes, I've noticed the pattern, and it is very blatant. It's such a shame that this is what Tekken is doing now. The game has no identity and it doesn't know who their fan base is anymore. What they did is they made a Tekken game that will make anyone good at Tekken. So all the years of playing past Tekken games is now useless, because you can get beat by someone who has only been playing Tekken 8 for about 100 hours. This is so sad. I've spent so much time playing Tekken. I've been playing the games for years, and this is the thanks I get. The game is pay to win now, and it is a noob friendly game. It is just like everything else. The skill based Tekken is gone, and now it's just a matter of who can button mash the most. Has nothing to do with how you fight, but more so the character you choose, because I've noticed a lot of people are fighting with the same characters. I rarely come across people that actually choose different characters. I choose my characters based on how long I've been playing the game, but most people just generically choose the same characters. I don't think they can fix Tekken 8. I think it's way too far gone at this point. I don't really tap into what's going on with the Tekken community, because almost every time it is always bad news. This has to be the worst state that I've ever seen Tekken in. The games are falling apart and the community is falling apart too. The community is attacking the developers and the developers are doubling down. Fingers are being pointed and accusations are flying left and right, with the community being more divided now than it's ever been. And it's not like this is going to affect Tekken 9, because if it is a thing, people will still buy it regardless of how bad Tekken 8 is. And with that, this is the Chilly Man signing off. Thank everyone for watching. Peace out.